Fucking good to see you all. Round of applause for you for turning up. This show is called We Grow On You. It's me and a lovely man called Pat. So without further ado, ladies and gentlemen, let me hear some noise. For the man, the legend, Mr. Pat Lambert.
The collision there. Hello, I'm Patch, and I like long walks on the beach because I can't swim. I also like hot showers on cold days and cold showers on hot days because I figured out how temperature works. I've also figured out that I really like chocolate. I fought a homeless dude for a Kit Kat once and won. Pretty serious shit. I love chocolate, but my fucking doctor tells me that I shouldn't be having it for breakfast every day. I tell him he shouldn't be in my kitchen at 7 o'clock in the fucking morning. It's hard enough, right, getting out of bed to go to work without having to worry about some prick for a degree telling me that I'm not eating right. You know, you're not eating right. I know, you know, 25% of what's on my plate is getting all over the floor, but that's because I have the mental age of a 3-year-old. So cutlery is still a very foreign concept to me. I have the basics right, though. Pick it up, chew it till it's dead, then fucking swallow it. Occasionally I screw this all up and choke, but hey, mental age of a 3-year-old, it's fine. I do, 11 o'clock, you can't judge me. None of you can. So I'm really short, kind of-ish. If I stand down there, I'll be shorter. If I stand down, probably the level below me, I'd be even shorter than that, so watch out. Well, a lot of people tell me, you know, you're really short, Patchy, you'd make a great burglar. Why? Well, you'd be really quiet, wouldn't you? Why? Well, you'd be on fucking tiptoes just to reach anything. It's insulting, you know, and basically every pair of jeans I get, I either have to attack them with a pair of scissors or roll up the legs to avoid having about 6 meters of extra jeans dangling down my feet like some kind of weird denim squid. But if you ever see a denim squid in the ocean, don't worry, wet jeans are fucking heavy. So do you guys remember when you were like kids and you'd be having dinner with like relatives and stuff? Obviously not my relatives. That would be weird. Be insane. And you wouldn't eat what was on your plate, and there'd always be like Nana would come along and go, "Did you not eat what was on your plate? What a waste." There are hungry little boys all around the world who would be very grateful for what you have. Yes, because we all love week-old Christmas takeaways. Leftovers, don't we, Nana? Yes, we do. But I was staying at my grandparents for overnight once when I was about 8, and I got up and I made my own breakfast. I was really proud of this, but I burnt my toast, and then she fucking smelled it from the other room. Nana just burst in and goes, "You burnt your toast, didn't you?" Well, I hope you're not going to throw that away. Because there are starving people in Africa who are killed for just the crust of that. And I always wanted to say, "Nana, who kills for burnt toast?" And you're talking about Africa, a continent home to many war-torn countries. People are killing each other regardless of whether or not they've got any toast. But you know, you see those World Vision ads on TV, you know, of like a slightly attractive middle-aged woman in really nice clothes telling us how we're not doing enough to fight poverty. And they're rocking in like a little African village, and you know, she's like, "Oh, the fight against poverty starts with you guys." I was like, "No, it doesn't. It starts over there, where the poverty is." And they bring forth like a little child and they go, "Young Sanjay here is in desperate need of food, water, shelter and medicine. For just $1 a day, you could give all that to him. Or you could pay him for being on your ad." I was rocking down Kiwi Street a couple of years ago, eating chips from Mr. Bun. I like chips from Mr. Bun, they're the best. They're better than KFC, I think. Really good. And this guy who was collecting for UNICEF pulls me aside and he goes, "Hey mate, how much did you pay for your chips?" $3. "Do you buy chips often?" "Yeah, a couple times a week." "I really like chips." "You know, the money you spend on chips could be sent to Africa to save lives. Chips are just a commodity, mate. I'm from the fucking hut. Chips aren't a commodity. They're a currency." And at my school, I once saw a single ham sandwich be split 5 different ways. Don't you fucking talk to me about hunger. You know, it's like, you know, little Sanjay has to walk 5 miles every day just to get clean water. Mate, I once had to walk home after school because I spent my bus money at the tuck shop. Don't you fucking talk to me about hardships. Don't you dare. I get quite annoyed when people, preach to us about how we're not doing enough to save hungry people, because it's like, well, no one's forcing you to eat. And that they always say it's the principle that matters. But I've been out of school for 5 years and Mr. Father has nothing to do with this. It's, I really, really like my school. We had this guidance counsellor who basically rocks stubbies in a David Bain jersey every day, regardless of the weather. And I was having some issues in class, so my teacher sort of made me, go and have a session with him, which was about 20 minutes long. And being like an adolescent, boy, I'm kind of like, the last thing I want to do is speak about my feelings with someone who's older than my dad. But on the other hand, it's 20 minutes out of class, so, So I knock on the door, he lets me in, offers me a seat. I sit down, he sits down, completely oblivious to the fact that a testicle just popped out of his shorts. And it suddenly becomes very easy to talk about my feelings. It's just sitting there, just trying to make eye contact with me desperately, just like, ugh. Now, Patrick, I understand you've been having some problems in class. Well, not... Yes. Big problems. I had some falling out with friends, and, it hasn't been too good. Basically, one of my friends, he ended up dating my ex-girlfriend, and basically, it's all very awkward and uncomfortable for all of us involved. There's a lot of tension. And it's just sitting there like this testicle just fucking staring at me. He's not aware of this. And it's like that friend at a party who sort of sees a conversation he likes and is kind of slowly trying to get himself in there. Okay, now I understand also you've been having issues with depression. And then he shifts in the seat and then somehow the other one flops out. So now I've got two of them just going, hey! Yes, I'm very sad. Basically, I get depressed lots, and I'm in a deep hole, and oh my god, then the fucking bell rings, and I'm saved. And he says something that just crushes that hope like a rabbit over a small elephant. Yeah, I mixed up my words. He says, right, well, we're going good so far, but we'll continue this after lunch. And I spent that entire lunchtime hoping like fuck he did not have a third testicle. So school was quite interesting, but they spent a lot of time drilling it into us that in order to be successful, we had to go to university and get a degree, and so you leave school and you're kind of like, well, I could go to university and work and study hard and get a degree and get a career and be successful. But on the other hand, beds are quite comfy, so. But I went to university, didn't work. I went to Wellington, still didn't work. Even went to radio school, didn't work. But I drew some awesome pictures of dinosaurs though. And even one tank. So I now, that in mind, my fucking awesome motivation, I now work at Bunnings Warehouse in Naini. Lowest prices, guys? This isn't actually a comedy show, this is just an ad. We're handing out free aprons downstairs, so come on up. But it's alright, I spend most of my time hiding from customers. One of them found me. Which is I thought, yeah, whoa, shit got serious, Patch had to earn his money. But there are stupid things like, do you work here? No, I reply, standing in my red and green Bunnings uniform. I just really like to dress up. How much is that? That's Dave. He works here too, and we're not going to sell Dave because he's my ride home. Do you guys sell chimney sweepers? Well, we've got the brushes, but not the children. We had a lovely boy named Oliver though, but he died. Try to guess how. They didn't have to worry, those chimney sweepers, they didn't have to worry about studying or getting a degree or trying to find a direction in their life, because they turned 6, here's your brush mate, up you go. They had a career path at age 6. How cool is that? I mean, granted, it's a vertical, claustrophobic career path that most likely resulted in early death before they reached their teenage years, but they were only going up in life. Because they had motivation. Fire, I think, is quite a good one. Now, I'm not saying that if you have, like, younger siblings or kids that are struggling with, to be motivated, that you should go home and set them on fire. But wouldn't it be hilarious? Yeah. Set kids on fire. It's not good. I had quite an interesting childhood. Do you remember when you were little, and basically the only threat you could have to your parents that actually kind of worked was, I'm going to run away. If you don't let me go to bed late, I'm going to run away. Or when you're going to be crying for ages and call. They never did that. They fucking rejoiced when we ran away. They were happy. They invited their friends round. The spare room got used. It was amazing. But like, I never normally lasted more than an hour because I sort of realised it was only so far I was going to go with a toy pirate sword. But my brother was the fucking master at this shit, right? We're talking about an 8-year-old who'd be like, I'm going to run away. Then he'd read an SAS survival guide. We'd find him in the bush outside our house the next morning. He'd built an entire functioning military camp with him and some local possums. Whom he designated into rank based on the colour and stripes of their fur. That shit was insane. I didn't have a lot of time to run away when I was a kid because I spent a lot of my childhood in hospital due to some complications at birth. The official operation I got was called an esophageal atresia, but when I type that, it comes up with a spell check error, so I'm pretty sure they made it up. But I got to run away from doctors. That was cool, sometimes in a wheelchair. So to the casual onlooker, there's a whole bunch of doctors chasing a kid in a wheelchair, but in reality, there's a whole bunch of doctors chasing a kid in a wheelchair, and I fucking stole the wheelchair. It's a good time, But me and my brother used to play war a lot, because we really like guns and we were boys, so it kind of comes with the territory. I quite like war, I like guns. I just sort of said, I've got a gun, bang, bang, you're dead, but my brother took it real seriously. Again, 8-year-old reads his survival guides, I'm like, bang, bang, and he's like, I have an M16 A4 assault rifle, fully automatic, capable of taking out a moving target at approximately 150 yards. You're dead before you even walk through that door. Never fucking win, ever. And, basically, one night, Mum and Dad are out at tea, we're at home by ourselves because it was the 90s, we didn't really need babysitters. It was safe. They hadn't quite got that reputation yet. But I'm in the kitchen, which is my base of operations. I'm ready to go over the top, make the big push into the dining room, which my brother had converted into a POW camp and was holding my Han Solo toy hostage. So I'm behind the breakfast bar, gripping my toy gun tightly, Dear me, faster, please look after me as I go over the top. I'm about to go over, I'm going to rescue Han Solo. Then all of a sudden I hear a big crash coming from somewhere in the room, and I'm like, what was that? I didn't order an artillery barrage. Shit. And it clicked, that loud crash coming from somewhere in the house was someone trying to break into the house. Oh shit. Christian! Ceasefire! I think someone's trying to break into the house! What? Christian! Ceasefire! I think someone's trying to break into the house! Okay. And then we emerged from our hiding places and we shook hands and we became allies of circumstance. And we moved quickly and quietly, down the hallway. We could hear this rustling noise from the lounge. As we got closer, it got louder, and we're like, oh my god, oh shit. We get closer, but oh my god, someone really is going to break into the house. But we put our brave faces on because we were little commandos, and we were going to destroy whoever had the gall to break into our parents' house. We hear noises, we get closer to the lounge. We're at the door right now, looking at the door, we exchange glances. We did that for about a minute. We count to 3. Well, he does, because I couldn't really count. 3, 2. Oh, he counted backwards. 3, 2, 1. And we burst through the door. Get our guns out, fucking pointing like, who's there? And we come face to face with a tiny 6-year-old crawling out of our fireplace. I walk a lot because I don't have a license. It's a bit of a fail at the moment, really. I try to drive, I just end up injuring a lot of people. People often say I drive by touch. I thought that was them saying I was a natural behind the wheel, but they were just commenting on the bloodstains and dents on the car. In my defence, people should be using the crossings, and sorry I reversed into your lounge. So I do enjoy walking around, you know, because you see things that you wouldn't normally see, like graffiti on the footpath. Like there's some up in Narrow Valley where someone's just spray painted the words, "In order to understand yourself, you must first understand the world around you." And I thought, yeah, that's very, you know, profound, very, very deep meaning of self-discovery. And a couple of metres down, someone else has just written, "Penis." I think he was having a much better day than that guy. I like to think he just woke, you know, got out of bed one morning with an erection and thought, I've got to document this. They're going to love this. They're going to love this. It's, walking, it's great. You also see a lot of homeless people walking around. And it's quite sad because they've got their little cups out, you know, for you to put money in. They've got little cardboard signs which, you know, portray a very, very sad message, you know, like, wife left me, can't cook, need food. And they're sitting outside McDonald's, so bit of a hint going on there, right? But it's quite sad, you know, like, because there's so many of them, especially along Cuba Street and Lambert and stuff, they basically become part of the scenery. You could pretty much take one home, set them up as a garden ornament, no one would notice. And you give them change, you know, be like a fucking piggy bank in your backyard. It'd be great, but it's a bit sad because, you know, they probably don't get time and a half on public holidays. I wouldn't. I've been trying to quit drinking. Hasn't really been working, but for the first month it kind of works. But it's quite tough, you know, quitting drinking. You know what I mean? But I got to the point where I couldn't just have one or two drinks. You know, I wasn't a terrible drunk. I was just shit at counting. You know, but basically, invariably, every night on the piss, you know, I'd end up drinking my own alcohol, and then forgetting that I'd drunk it all, and then embarking on some kind of CSI investigation, trying to find out who the culprit was. It was exactly like CSI, except if the detective was intoxicated and was the murderer all along. It's very, very, very intense. But, you know, people often say, you know, if you don't want to feel left out at parties, just drink, you know, a lemonade or a Coke. Have you seen me after I've had a couple of Cokes? At the age of 22, I am still that one fucking toddler you do not want to give, like, fizzy drinks or sweets to. Walls become trampolines. Shit gets out of control. You know, and as for feeling left out, you know, it's like, you're at a party, you know, everyone's rocking up with their boxes of beer and their bottles of Vip, whiskey and vodka, and here's me with a family pack of Coke under my arm. You getting pissed tonight or what, mate? No, mate, getting diabetic. But people never mention the third option to all this, you know, and that's, you don't actually have to drink anything. Have you had your 8 glasses of water today? Oh, just enjoy the party, you hydrated motherfucker. It's going to be good times for all. I live in Nino. Yeah. You guys are lying, you don't live there. You wouldn't be here if you did, there's nobody way you'd be here if you did. Yeah, it's alright, you know, you order a pizza, comes with a home invasion. I find it pretty rough being a nine. I've been mugged several times. They don't take anything, they just ask if I think I'm tough and then punch me in the face. You still think you're tough, bro? Oh, you still think you're tough? I'm lying on the ground crying, clearly I'm not that tough. Look at me, I'm about as intimidating as a hobbit on a tricycle. They ask stupid questions. Do you think you're tough? Do you work here? You know, and it doesn't work. You know, I try to run away from them. You know, I get up and I sprint off. You know, and as I'm running down the street from some person who's like 4 times my size, my jeans start unraveling. And I'm flopping about the road like some kind of weird denim squid. It's all, you know, about the whole wet jeans thing, you know, I always think, you know, they should put criminals in wet jeans. Like, just put them in jeans and just throw them into the ocean. Like if they've done something really bad, like stolen someone's jeans. It doesn't work because no one actually wins in that situation, but it doesn't matter. But like I always thought, like, that's what they could do to sharks that eat people. And instead of hunting them down and shooting them in the face just for doing shark stuff, make them wear a pair of jeans and a denim jacket. They won't be able to catch anything. And it kind of gives a whole new meaning to the word Leviathan. listening. That's good. That's good. I had a pregnancy scare recently. Then I sort of realised I was a male. So. But no, well, my ex called me up about a month ago actually, and said, I don't know how to tell you this, but I might be pregnant. Immediately my mind just starts fucking racing. I'm like, oh my god, shit, it can't be mine. There's no way it could be mine. There's no way, it's not mine. It's not mine. It's not mine. We only broke up about a month and a half ago. It could be mine. Oh shit. And I sort of feel like, oh my god, no, I can't be a father. I'm not ready to be a dad, you know. It fucks like I burn my toast, you know. What's he going to have for breakfast? He's going to have chocolate for breakfast. And I can't afford the sort of dental bills that will incur on a minimum wage retail job. He's going to have to become a chimney sweep to supplement my income. I can't really drive, and he's going to go to school, so when I get a drop off at school, I'm going to run all his friends over. It's just, you know, it's like, oh my god, and then, you know, I go, fucking, it's a patch. It's not yours. It's some guy called Chris. Oh, in that case, congratulations. Have you told your parents yet? Oh no, I've got a, you know, it's Dad's birthday in a couple of weeks, so I'll tell him then, you know, it'll be like his birthday present. It's not going to be ready by then. You guys have been absolutely amazing. It's my time to bung it off now. The lovely, beautiful, tall Brent McGuinness. I have so many nice things to say about him. Meet me after the show and we'll talk about how beautiful he is. After you've seen his jokes, of course. Brilliant, hilarious man. Brent McGuinness, everybody!
Give it up for the man, Brent McGuinness himself. Hi, I'm Brent. You've been there already for here again. I'm glad to see you out and about. Is there anywhere else right now? Yeah, have 2 drinks, 2 coffee. Give yourself